What's up? What's up? What's up? Well, hello. How's everyone doing? I needed to come live because I don't know what. Yo repetito, yo no conoce que the happen on YouTube esta noche. Okay. Let me say hey to everybody who's here. Hey, Goro Poppy TV. What's good? Welcome. Hey, K-pop. So good to see you. Oh my God. Is all I can say. It was crazy. Locos son locos son locos. Hey, hope you're doing good at Gordo Poppy. Y'all, I'm so serious. I am so serious. I did not know I was going to be. Listen here. I'm just going to go ahead and confess. Hey, all my Andrea's angels. And what do we say? Andrea's angels and hummingbirds. Hello, Miss Karen Loshman. How are you, boo? Good to see you. Child, I don't know what in the hell is going on, Miranda. I mean, I kind of do, but I really don't because it's kind of so crazy. And you know what? Honestly, the little bit of sangria is it's kind of flipping me out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hearing one thing, I'm watching one thing, I'm seeing two streams going on. I'm seeing, child. Hey, Levon, my boo. I'm seeing woman screaming. I'm seeing woman no crying. She's reading the other chat of one other woman. Some crazy person. It's just a lot. It's a lot. Did anyone want to debrief with me? Because people were saying to the one content lady, you need to log off. You need to log off. And then, I'm so glad, Karen. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you're doing good. God bless you. Oh my God. And then the one lady is telling people like, everyone from HH chat wanted me to die. Why these people want me to die? Why these people say I no have no surgery? They want me no live no more. Wow. And she's, oh my God. I just felt like maybe we needed a debrief session. And here goes that damn dog again. I don't think people would believe it if you told them, this is the thing, Pam. I don't even believe it myself. And I'm sitting up here in my home watching one stream on my laptop, watching the other stream on my cell phone. And I'm like, what? I'm in the, like, hey, AT2, I'm in the bushes in the cut. Let me tell you, I got my glasses on. I got a scarf wrapped around my head. Okay, I am inconspicuous. I am sipping on my red sangria and just watching from the view. I can't. I can't. I just seriously, Pam. Okay, because I'm like, I know I can't be the only person looking at this shit. I can't be the. I mean, I evidently wasn't. There was over 100 people in each of the chats. Does anyone on one come one time to debrief with me? This is an invitation. We need to debrief these goings-ons. Where you what at? I was at. How can I explain this without giving nombres? Pero no quiero. Digo nombres. So we have one content creator who is Annie, and one who is a and one is I don't know. It's just a lot. It's just a lot, Goro Poppy. I can't even give it justice because while I was watching it, I was kind of dazed and confused. Miranda, it is so good to see you. I love you so much. So one CC is like really, really, really loud. I mean, they're both really, really, really loud. I mean, really, 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 really loud. And I don't know. It's just one thinks that everyone wants her unalived, and she's the victim, and she's angry with some person that's in the other content creators chat. And so she's trying to beckon that other content creator to come and hit her link. And she's like, I'm going to stay on this live until he comes over to hit the link. I'm going to stay here all night. I got time, cuz. She was big and bad, like a big bad wolf preacher. And so I think she got tired. My question is, when an RR came to her chat and said something about the person didn't say anything to the Rider Root person. She didn't say not a thing to her. I don't know why. She did get quiet. These are my observations. She got quiet, pero no dices nada de el tronco disgusting. Oh. Oh my God. So anyway, I just thought we needed a debrief session because I don't know whom from the people that I know and talk to, like, were watching it. It was very, very much, and I mean very, very much challenging and entertaining. I mean, you had to put one ear to one and one ear to the other, and they're both not easy to listen to me. Right? They both kind of are like, ooh, a little tough. So, but anyway, I just came to report on it because it was very, very crazy. She said, this is from Pam. And yeah, she probably explains it much better than me. One CC was having a live, yes. When another CC went live and was watching the first CC's live and reading the chat and going off, if that makes sense. Yes. And additionally was ignoring her own viewers in her own chat. I don't know. See, this is why it doesn't make sense. McClurk says, Miranda, I will keep you in prayers. Oh, okay. And I will be okay, love. Okay, we're talking about that. Yes. So I don't know. just crazy, these things that happen. And people are like, we're worried about your health. We're worried about your health. And she's screaming like, who cares if people don't believe you were ill? She's like, people don't believe I was in a coma. And she's calling out every single name in the other person's chat. And she's addressing them directly as if, has that ever happened before? This is, girl. Yes, we need to do some top 10 moments because there's some crazy-ish. I'm doing so good, Eagles. I'm doing amazing. Oh, yes. Does anyone, and I said anyone, want to come up and debrief with me? Because I could call out some people that I know was in at least one of the chats. Jennifer, girl, it was very disappointing to see. Yes, it was very disappointing to see. It was very, very unnecessary. It was very like, this is the part that I was kind of concerned. At one point, the one CC was saying, my husband is right here. My husband is right here. And so she was like, I'll put him on camera. And she's talking to the other CC who's in the other CC's chat who's live. I'll put him on camera talking about her husband if you come and hit the link. Now, this is where my concern, I have to be serious on this particular part. She brought her husband on the live, and he was wrapped in a quilted blanket, and he looked like he couldn't blink. They were saying, sir, if you need help, blink once. Sir, if you need a clap on, blink twice. It was it was kind of concerning. Was he moved? I didn't see him move. It looked like he didn't have it. It looked like he... Did he need help? Did he need help? Hey, how you doing? We need a relaxing session with you, because you be having the moods and the grooves and the vibes and the slides. If I ever need help, I would need one of your fellas in the chat. Need to show I have a man to stand up for me. Yes. Okay, McClurg. Why didn't he say anything? The CC was like, he had stuff to say to you. Regarding the pum pum and the boom boom. He didn't say anything. It was concerning. It concerns me how he looked. He looked like he looked like he had just, like Miss Val just took him a hot bath, maybe put some, I don't know, maybe relaxed him some kind of way. And he was paralyzed. His eyes just stared. He did not blink. Did he blink, Pam? Did he blink? They were saying, like, if you need help, blink once. Do you think he needed help, Eagles? No, he didn't need help. I think he is frustrated because his wife is hurt. She's hurt in other stuff. That was really foolery. That was a pure example of foolery. Why is she dragging him into this? She is dragging him into this because I don't know, to be honest, but I know she was egged on, or I don't know, triggered because the one content creator changed his name and said, well, I'm just trying to be polite here and just give, just kind of bland, kind of, beat around the bush debriefing. But Jennifer, to your point, she was triggered because the content creator had put so and so. I'm ready to meet Eric or something like that. So she was like, "Well, Eric is. Oh, can I say his name? Well, Eric is here." I just think, wow, I thought this from the beginning, and I know people agree with me. I think that a lot of this should have been handled off of YouTube, off of YouTube, off of you, off of YouTube. And that's just me. Okay? That's just what I think. Anyone not think? Hey, everybody. Sorry I didn't say hi. I just came in and I was trying to figure it out. Hi, Jennifer. I get what everyone is saying, but we can't say how she should feel over what she feels. Eagles, you were in her chat. How do you do you think that she was giving any was she paying attention to anything that you were trying to say to kind of help her kind of hear her voice of reason? Or did she kind of just ignore, what you were saying? Because it seemed like you was really trying to help her out. No, but I watched AT2 live later and heard about it. Yeah, check your DM, hun. Pam's got you all catched up. Yeah, I was. I'm good, and you? Okay. Whew. Yes, I just had never seen anything like this. I was like, this is very interesting. The other CC seems to always have something. I don't know what she has against me, but it is what it is. So, it's just a crazy, crazy, crazy night. But on that note, I just wanted to give my little debrief because I was like, what in the heck is going on? Is this ever going to resolve? Yeah, the anger was definitely in control. It was maddening. Yeah, Jennifer, it was very, very, very hard to watch, honestly, but it was kind of like, what? You're just in shock, You're like, what? These are grown motherfuckers. Hey, cousin. Child. Am I being messy tonight? She don't like you, Andrea? She doesn't know me not to or to, but she always has something to say about how I'm 4 eyes and stuff like that. Eagles is so caring to give her grace that ship has sailed for me. Who don't like you, cousin? Child. The one that sounds like ow, ow, woo, when she talks. Ma'am, I'm gonna have to tell you in a moment. Who are you talking about, Jennifer? Let me see. The dang dog again. Hey, Queen of Harlem. How you doing? Oh my goodness. I have a big smile on my face. I think it's the wine. I just sent you a screenshot of her community post. Everybody may not agree with me, but there needs to be a level of compassion. And if you all can understand Will Smith's actions and give him that same understanding to her, child, I understand forgiveness. I just came in. What the is going on? Cuz, who is beefing with you, cousin? Check your DMs, cousin. It's not a beef. It's just that she seems to always have to say something. She always has to say my name for some reason. I don't know if it's an obsession. I don't know. I mean, I wish her the best. I don't have no dog in her fight with herself. I mean, what can I do about that? Okay. My competition is myself, not any other being. Virgo or not. Okay. Okay. Pam gave a very good rundown of what happened earlier. Thank God for Pam, because I feel like if anyone who has sense, it's Pam. And the fact that we did the same exact thing. We were watching one content creator from one device. We were watching the other person from the other device. Watching the chats and watching the one content creator read what was in the other content creator's chat and talking beef. I mean, it was a bad look overall. It was very, very crazy. Very crazy. I mean, there's probably other people that can give much better commentary and like play by play than I can. That's why I came to just debrief. It's like you've never been mean to anyone or anything, so I don't get it, Andrea Nelson. I know we can't really read people's mind on why they have it out for people more than the next person. But in the words of Rodney King, can we all just get along? I feel terrible for both. Okay, see the names. I feel bad for them too. I love both of them, and I pray that things will get better when they can have a real conversation. I think the letter is set up. I don't think he wants anything to do, but if they can make up behind the scenes, that would be the best situation. Yes, a very, very bad look and very, very sad to watch. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, I love you all. I love you all so much. It's so good to be here on a Sunday night. I'm having some cups. That's why I feel so good. Hey, Val. How are you? I was just mentioning what happened tonight. Literally, I was just mentioning it. And how we feel bad that you and the other person are not able to settle things kind of like behind the scenes. And I know some of the people in your chat were like kind of concerned about your health and wanting to make sure that you were okay. And I saw you reading the chat of the other person who was live and feeling bad that they were making comments about you. Are you doing better? And how's your husband? I feel like he did not blink. When you put him on that camera, he was just like a still wrapped up in that quilt. I said, Miss Val got him feeling nice and relaxed and comfortable. Oh, Miss Val. I just feel so blessed to, like, 2 nights in a row have people come up on my panel. Let me just tell you that. Okay, Miss Val, so what I do is I have to have you turn your camera on because I've been peen bombed. And homie, don't play that. So can you show me who you are? In the meantime, let's wait for Miss Val to show me who she is behind the scenes. Because you got me cleared the because I cannot be doing no peen bombs. Let's wait for Miss Val to show me. Okay, hi, Miss Val. Hi. Okay, let's make sure Miss Val can come up. Put your camera back off. I know certified as Miss. Okay, did y'all hit the like button? Miss Val is coming up to join me. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm fine.
Good.
No complaints.
Good. Miss Val,
Yes, love.
I saw you going after some of them folks. What?
Did you
What?
see that?
Huh?
Did you see that?
I saw every moment of every second and every minute of that. I saw that thing on my 2 devices. I had the volumes turned up. I was reading the chat. I was verifying what you was reading and said, oh, who said that? Oh, who's...
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what, Andrea.
Tell me.
What got me was the constant calling my name. You know, the constant, hey Val, hey Val, hey Val, and I'm just like, what is it? Like,
Yeah,
what is
okay.
it
Are you
that
talking
what is?
about the lady that runs the penthouse?
Okay, yeah,
You talking about
whatever.
her? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Let's just
calling
put
that.
it out on the table. I know I wasn't saying names earlier, but because she keeps
Well, I'm
calling
not
my
saying
name
names
too.
because I'm not dealing with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have time for all that. So I'm not
Okay.
saying no content creators. No, I mean I'll talk about subs or things like that, but I'm not saying content creators names because I'm not getting in no more beefs with no content creators. I don't have time for that. And
No.
people get all upset when you say their names on other people's pages and all.
Yeah, but see this, let me tell you something. This is my page.
Right?
And
I
if you're
understand.
up on my panel, I'm giving you the freedom to speak.
Right?
This is one of
I
the
I,
reasons
I
why I came
understand.
on YouTube and started going live in the first place. So I'll just
Mm-hmm.
put that out there. Okay. But I respect you don't want to say anyone's name, but I just wanted to give context because that person keeps saying my name today too. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, so anyway, so my name was being said over and over again, and where are the receipts, and da 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 da. So I had reached out to Q earlier today and tried to give him a chance to come and see some receipts, and he declined that chance. And so then I was trolling Q, like Q trolls all about the trees. I was in his chat. I was made a uh, post on my community tab. I was basically messing with Q. Q and I have had a long relationship. I tease him. I was being lighthearted with Q, but I
Mm-hmm.
started getting remarks from his subscribers. They were kind of mean. They were, I'm not kind of, but downright mean.
Yeah.
They were coming into my DM in my inbox and they were saying really mean things like, you don't care that Q has cancer, you're a wicked bitch, and you're evil, and karma's gonna get you and you're gonna die from what you have, just stuff like that. And I'm like,
Not a
wow,
wicked
like,
bitch. Now,
yeah, all kind of
now
evil
what?
stuff.
Why didn't you just send him receipts? If you were trying to reach out to him and tell him about him, he would
Well,
be
because
one of the
the,
persons that
the
would want to
agreement
see him with
between
his
him
own
was
eyes.
The agreement between he and I was we were going to switch receipts. He was going to show me some information that he had. I was going to show him some information that I had, just in case we were both being played. Okay. So, long story short of it, I was at home minding my business. I turned on YouTube. I saw that this live was being had. I didn't know if it was about me or not, but I came in on a part where I was being called and talked about. And so I went live and I said, I'm dropping the link. Q had changed his name to Red Label, waiting on Eric, because I had made a post saying that my husband was on his way to Minnesota.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to let's pause. Why would you put that post up that you or your husband are gonna go to Minnesota? You know that's a threat. Why would you post that?
Was it a threat though?
Yeah,
Because I
you
said
be
we
taking
were
us
going to go. I said we were going to go to Minnesota. I said let the men talk. Let the men talk to the men, right? And then I said hashtag going to visit my sister. I have a sister lives in Apple Valley, Minnesota. I never talked about harming his life. I never talked about even going to see him.
but
So
it
it
was
wasn't actually
implied.
a direct right. It was implied depending on who's reading it.
Okay, so you playing the game,
I
trolling.
was trolling Q,
Gotcha.
and Q knows that. You know what I'm saying? It's
But
like
y'all,
I'm just being honest here. I'm just being honest.
yeah, girl. Y'all
Okay. So
trolling
you know
each
what I'm
other?
saying?
Yes, yes,
Huh?
yes, yes. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I
Yeah, I mean
wanted to
I'm just being
clarify that
honest.
part and acknowledge that because that's kind of like it is implied that you pulling up. When someone says they're catching a flight and my husband's on his way, that's come on. That's kind of like, hey, what's up? Be ready for whatever
Okay.
going
Okay.
down when I get
So
there, right?
so anyway, so I don't know who's saying I lied on Q. I never lied on Q. I'm telling Q what people are telling me. I never lied on Q. This whole thing that Marcella wrote a letter, I found that out from Q. The whole thing that Snooki wrote the letter, found that out from Q. I've never
What the
seen
hell was
this
supposed to
letter.
be in the letter?
Some crap about me. I've never even seen this letter. I don't know that the letter exists. Then this
Oh my
part of the
god.
receipt is that Q helped Snooki give the letter to Blue Tarot. I see. The thing that people don't understand is I'm only hearing about this stuff. I've never seen a letter. I know nothing about this
Blue
letter.
Tarot don't know a thing about no Snooki and no letter. Okay,
Okay,
go
so
ahead.
this is what I'm finding out now, right?
Uh-huh.
So, as far as I think, as what I believe is there never was a letter. I think the letter was created as just a rumor to get stuff started. Q Q showed me a screenshot of Snooki and Lipstick Alley, and they were saying she wrote the letter. So that's how far this whole letter thing went. So tonight Q was in the chat of the live he was in, and he was saying, "Oh, now Marcella wrote the letter, Snooki wrote the letter,
Yes.
I wrote the letter, Sparkle Alley wrote the letter." He was naming all these people, and I'm like, "Why are you lying? None of that was ever said. The only
Okay,
people
so
I was
let's
told wrote the."
welcome Denise, welcome Ginger, welcome Sammy Robertson. Please go ahead and subscribe. I'm trying to get that subscriber count up. Amen. Um, so we have a question for you, Val. Is
Mhm.
there receipts that you would like to show? We can show them right here, right now. You
I
have
have
my DM. You can send them to me.
I have one receipt, and that
Mhm.
receipt is actually just proof that this person wanted to show me because they said I thought Q was my friend, and Q was actually in Blue Tarot's chat when you all, I guess, were with her and all in Blue. I don't know if you were there, Andrea, but all in Blue Tarot's chat,
Which night?
and
I can
she
tell
was.
you if I was there.
I don't know. I guess it was one of the nights where I don't know if it was the night my son was there and they were talking about he must have mentioned I was in the hospital and there was a whole lot of emojis and laughing out louds and stuff like that. And the same person said that when you all were in her chat, I was being talked about wishing me dead and whatever and whatnot. Well, when I first came back to YouTube, my memory wasn't good. I didn't
Mm.
watch Hear Her's videos at first. That's why I was so cool to be cool with everybody because I didn't have a reason to be mad. So as the months have gone on and I've watched some of those videos, my feelings have been hurt because I got to see some of the things were said.
You know what,
Um,
Miss Val? I want you to one second. Excuse me. I want you to take a moment to stop generalizing when you say everyone in Hear Her's chat wanted me dead. Everyone in Hear Her's chat were, not believing that I was in the hospital, because not everyone in Hear Her's chat were doing any of those things. So I want you to just be careful about overgeneralizing that aspect, because I participate in Hear Her's chat a lot and on several occasions, and even you and I and me and your son were DMing at one point, and I wished you nothing but recovery and wellness and hope and prayers, and I meant all of that. So I want you to just recognize that. Even McClurg, I'm sure Pam, were that we all at moments, different moments in time, sent well wishes to you. We
let's
never
see,
wanted
honey,
to
that
make
you
decisions if
say that,
you
Andrea.
if it was true or not. We just said no matter what, we want you to be well and whole.
But you say that, but
That
there's
is the
a
truth.
honey. I don't know. Like I've never had a problem with McClure. I've never had a problem with Pam. We used
And
to
so
always
here's the
think.
evidence behind it too. Even after you claim that people in Hear Her's chat were wishing you dead and stuff, you were on her panel after that. All was forgiven because
I was.
you
But
recognized
that was the
that
thing.
wasn't true.
No, 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 no. I was on her panel. I was all forgiving. Then once people started sending me these screenshots and saying, "Oh, these people talked about you. They were, all in cahoots and didn't believe anything about you being sick and questioned whether, you were really sick and whatever." And I'm looking through it, and there were times when like certain people were saying things like, I think it was Queen of Harlem or somebody that was like, who gives a damn if she's dying? And um there were people who I can't put my finger on who it was that said at one point, um what color my casket was going to be. um and so it just hurt my feelings because I was always under the understanding that you all kind of, were rooting for me or wanted me to get better. That's why I was being so nice to everybody.
We did. We
But
did. I can
so,
speak for myself, and I can speak for the people that I talked to off of YouTube, and we really did.
mhm.
Hmm.
Well,
We'll Hear Her included.
I guess there's a video where Hear Her was saying that she didn't believe it, and that she didn't believe my son was my son, and it was like some sort of money grab or something. And some of the people were chiming off in the chat, and they were saying that everything that goes on YouTube is a money grab, and they wondered how much money I was going to get from the whole fake coma thing, and they were comparing my coma to their family's coma, and and those sort of things. So over the months, just looking at some of that information has just made me feel really bad about how I try to be open and loving towards some of those people, and then to read that stuff, and I felt stupid. I feel humiliated.
Yeah.
So this has kind of been my lot here. It's been like, if I forgive and I try to be kind to one group of people, then I find out that those group of people never genuinely liked me. And so I still try to be as godly as I possibly can, right? I open my channel up to everybody. Then the thing with All About the Trees will happen, and I forgive her. And then everybody's like, oh, you're a sucker. You're the weak link because I forgive her. But we don't have a friendship. I'm just forgiving her and I'm moving past it. And people say, oh, you're a sucker for forgiving her. But was I a sucker for forgiving the other people who, you know what I mean? Like, for me, forgiveness is forgiveness.
Hmm.
So I'm saying all that to lead up to this. Like, I don't hang out with any of these people. Just because you see me forgive doesn't mean I've forgotten. It doesn't mean that we're friends. I forgive because that's what God asked me to do. That's a part of my calling. So tonight, after everybody, like the whole calling my name just started getting frustrated. I'm dealing with something else personally, and I'm just kind of irritated. So it started getting frustrating. And then when I got on there and I saw like Shannon was on there, I saw like BJ Dez, like people that I really like. And I was just kind of like, wow,
Yeah,
these are
I
people that
saw you was calling out. You were calling out all the names.
I was
I was like,
calling out people who come to my channel and like come and hang out with me, and even if we're not worshiping, we might be just having a chat, and they're there and they're supporting me. But you're also there with somebody who's like knocking me down and dragging me and calling me names, and I can't it doesn't make sense to me how you can be there. And that just brings me back to Q being in the situation where he's, listening to somebody say terrible things about me, and we're supposed to be friends. And when I
well,
say friends, I mean real friends.
so we have a question from Cups. Why are you and Q really beefing? Like, why at this point? Why?
We are really beefing because, okay, the other day, two of Q, and I said Q subs, but one of them used to be my sub.
Hmm.
Two subs called me on IG, and they said, Evangelist Val, we've been thinking about this, and we feel like a lot of this information is going to come out, and we don't want you to be surprised by it. And I was like, well, what's the information? And they said, well, it's going to be a surprise that it involves Q. I was like, well, me and Q fell out once and we made up. I don't think there's nothing about Q that you could really surprise me about. They were like, oh, yeah, you're going to be surprised. And so they started talking and they started telling me these things about Q and Blue Tarot and Marcella and this letter. And I was like, I've heard everything there is about the letter. They were
Well,
like,
now
no,
she's
you didn't.
she's Dr. Blue, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then they were like, you don't know how the letter came into fruition and how he manipulated the letter and how there was no letter, but the idea of the letter was given to one person, and then that became an actual writing of the letter, which was passed on to Dr. Blue. And so when I started talking to Q,
Allegedly.
allegedly. And so when I started talking to Q about it, he immediately went and did a post where he called out Dr. Blue, and Dr. Blue went on live and she said, I've never worked with anybody. I work solo. Well, okay,
Hmm.
that works for part of it. But the other part of it was that he had his hand in trying to, and I don't want to say get me off YouTube, but the idea was to kind of like bully me and make me feel bad about myself when I came out of the coma. So the idea was to get as many people as possible to just kind of like make jabs at me, tease me about my illness, make me feel bad about being sick, make me feel like I wasn't really sick. And I dealt with some of that. I was real stressed out about it. And I did get physically ill about it because I couldn't cut it off when I got off YouTube because it drained me. And Q was one of the people that I talked about it to. So that it just kind of upset me really bad because I was like, wait a minute, he has something to do with it, and I was talking to him about it. This is strange. And
Okay, so in this most recent debacle between you and him, why instead of talking to him behind the scenes, did you go straight to YouTube with something that you didn't have
because
facts
because
about,
what
didn't
pop
have receipts about?
and I always go behind the scenes when talk about stuff with people whenever
So why
something
didn't
like
you
this
do it in this
happens,
situation? This could have prevented
because
what
the
you're doing right
first
now.
thing because the first thing that popped in my head, and I know that thinking now this wasn't right, but this the first thing that popped in my head was that Q recorded that conversation with him and Snooky and Benz, and I was like, you don't know if you can trust him, so just go do a live and see if he'll show up. That was my first thought, and that's not even normally how I react, but that's what I thought.
But you know,
And so when he came on the live, I felt like he was very short and he was very dismissive. He called me Diddy, which all of you know I don't like. And I was like, wow, that kind of sums up everything that I had been told, because I had been told that he was kind of working with Hear Her to, when that whole thing to you all, and I get it, to you all, it didn't seem like bullying. But for me, that's what it felt like. It felt like everybody was just like mistreating me. I felt really bad back then. And to find out that somebody I really cared about and I really loved was allegedly involved in that was a lot. And so that's what led up to tonight.
okay, so
And
since you found out that he wasn't involved in any of those things that you suspected him of being involved in, have
but
you made
I haven't really though. You know what I mean? Like I haven't really found out because Q is not really saying he hasn't done it. What Q is saying is Dr. Blue says I wasn't involved. Well, okay, say I take Dr.
I
Blue's
think
word
it was
for it.
clearly said that he hasn't done anything that you've been accusing him of. I
But
think
he,
he said it. I don't know when. I can't say. What in the holy hell shit
what?
do we have in this month? Oh my hell no!
What?
Where is this dog howling wicked witch of the penthouse? What the hell are you doing here? I know you ain't got nothing to say. Oh my god. So I don't know why this guy
Um,
is here.
but I saw Jennifer's comment, and yeah, I know he said he didn't have anything to do with the letter, but he started throwing out names of people who had things to do with the letter, and that's the same thing he did in the first place. So for me, I just wish he would admit there was no letter, because I don't
But
believe there ever was a letter.
you've never seen a letter. You've
I've
never
never,
that. So
I've
why do
never
you
seen
think?
it.
See, and that's
It's
where
like
the
the
mistake
biggest
is.
lie.
When you're
It's like the
speaking on
biggest lie
things that
on
you've never
YouTube
seen, that you know you cannot prove exist, but you're talking about it as if it does, and that you've seen it as proof.
because
That's
people
where
keep
things get mixed up.
because people keep talking to me about it and telling me, "Oh, don't forget about the letter. Oh, you know, so and so wrote the letter." I'm like, "What letter? I've never seen this letter." It's like this mysterious thing that's surfacing and going around that I don't. There's no proof that it exists, but all these people supposedly had a hand in it.
At one point, Val. Okay, I'm going to ask you Lavon's question. Lavon asks, "What is the peaceful resolution here about a letter that don't damn exist, about rumors and lies, and this shit being brought on YouTube when, I mean, for us that it's none of our business, it makes for good kind of, ooh, let me open my eyes to see what the hell is going on. But where do you go from here? You've ruined a
I
friendship.
think the best resolution is to let it go. And I don't think the letter exists. I think the letter was created as an idea to get something started back when, you know, just like now. I think, and no offense to subscribers, but I think it was I think the letter was created by some content creators who had an intention to write a letter, and they started the rumor amongst other content creators that there was a letter, but there never was a letter, and I don't
How do you
care
believe
anymore,
something exists that you've never seen evidence of? That's my question. But
honey, because they keep talking about it.
okay, okay.
That's the thing. I wouldn't care anything about it if it wasn't discussed.
Right. So you know this kind of thing that we deal with, we need receipts. That's the most, I mean, that's what you can't really speak on nothing unless you got some receipts. But
Right, I agree with you.
my other thing is, when are you going to like get to a point where it doesn't matter what people say about you, that you're going to
Right.
continue, you're going to move on with things that in your mouth God has already purposed you to do. Because the biggest discrepancy. Because evangelists that I walk with, that I know, they don't carry on the way that you do. And I'm not trying to
uh
make no comparison, but I'm just saying the people that I call elders and evangelists, they would never and could never, because they see the kingdom and they see the kingdom, queendom, and everything else in people, that they know that it's their due diligence to build up the kingdom, not tear it down. So
hey,
wait a second. I want you to answer this question. What is it going to take, and when are you going to get to a point where again you stop caring and thinking about what people say? Don't you know Jesus was crucified? Jesus was talked about
Andrea,
and persecuted. He still preached the exact word and didn't let anything convoluted.
Andrea. So
Yes.
you meaning to tell me that you've never heard me preach the word? So
That's ma'am.
I let these people talk about me, and I still preach the word.
That's not what
But
I
it's not.
said. My
No, no,
question is,
no. But
when
I'm
are you
trying to
going to
answer your
not, what is it
question.
going to take for you to just not care
I'm
about what
trying
they
to
say
answer your
and
question.
continue on to teach the word without going back and forth?
because I am still a human being, I still have human emotions. And I say this all the time. When people are constantly badgering me, constantly having something to say about me, it gets to me. Especially when those people are in my chat, worshiping with me, acting like they care about me. And then I see them in another chat, rooting on somebody who is dogging me and dragging me. I get confused. I don't understand that energy. I don't understand how we go from worshiping with one another to the whole dragging process.
We don't either. It's a conundrum up in this.
Oh, okay. Well, to answer your question, then all I can say is I just have to step back and allow God to continue to work on me until I get to a point where I can step out of myself completely and not care what people think about me. That's the only thing I can say.
Now, I don't want to set unrealistic expectations, but I'm trying to ask questions that I know that I've thought and maybe the other people are thinking too, because when when anyone's putting themselves in a position of authority and leadership, there's a certain expectation that comes from that. There's a certain caliber of character and a certain way of living that your life should represent. And I know that people make mistakes. But I guess the biggest question is, like, we see the cycle, and what is it going to take from anyone, from you, from the group, from your subscribers, from your worshipers? What is it going to take to stop the circus?
Like I said, I just have to continue to pray for myself and fast and talk to God. That's truly something between me and God.
Yeah.
What is Jennifer talking about? Jennifer, what are you talking about? I thought me and you were cool.
What is Jennifer saying? Oh my God, I'm so behind in these comments. I'm tripping out. What's your question, Gordo? Listen here. This is Sunday night. This is a super, super duper debriefing session. I think it's been way long overdue to have a debriefing session. I want people to hit this link. If you have Miss Val, are you willing to stay up? I appreciate the way that you're answering my questions and, like, having a respectful conversation with me. This is something that I really appreciate, Miss Val. And I just want to give you kudos for that. Because I know it's hard. It's a very precarious situation.
No, like I said, to Shady Shannon, Mimi Twin, and it was somebody else. Like, I really considered those people like people that I like to see in my chat. And I kind of created like a bond with them.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
again, when you see them in other people's chats laughing at you being dragged or talked about, then it doesn't feel sincere.
Right. I can get that. It's just like some of the people. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that, but we have AT2 that wants to come up. AT2, you know how I do, my bro. You got to show me your face.
Cups of Conversation said, Val, do you think the subs are upset because they like you and Q? Cups, I don't know. I think that's it. I think, I think that's part of the situation.
What was the question?
She said, I think the subs are upset because they like me and Q. And I said, yeah, I think that's part of the situation.
Definitely. Shout out AT2.
Shannon, when I said don't come back, I was not talking about you. I said you and Mimi and BJ Dez. I wasn't talking about you, Shannon. I know you shady.
Oh!
But I was disappointed her name is Shady Shannon. I was disappointed to see
this is
you.
What we was witnessing earlier. This is why I had my wine and I was like, oh, what is that? Oh, she's reading that comment. Oh my God.
Yeah. It's just some of my people, I was just disappointed in seeing them, while somebody was talking about it.
Sound off up in here. What you got to say?
I just wanted to say praise the Lord, hallelujah. But anyway, I wanted to No, I really wanted to
Always.
ask a question. I wanted to ask, like, about is this all a plot to like be friends again with the other side? You know, because everybody has like their own group and stuff like that. And is this just all a plot to fit in with that other side? Because it kind of just seemed it came out of nowhere.
No,
So there really was a conversation that Q had did something to you, or he was plotting to do something.
it wasn't just a conversation. They showed me pictures that were taken during the time that I was sick of Q being in different chats where they were laughing at me about being in a coma and about whether or not I was going to die. And he was in different people's chats. And it was his avatar. And it just made me wonder why he would be in those places while he was supposed to be helping me and supporting me through, my rehabilitation situation.
Right. And that's definitely fair. But do you think that maybe you should have like try to have a conversation with him first and be like, hey, how come I seen you and these people? Because did he say anything or he was just in the chats?
He was just
I'm not
laughing.
excusing either or. I'm not excusing either or, but
He was just laughing.
right. Because, I will say it does hurt me when I see people I like in other people's chats and stuff like that. But do you know specifically he was laughing at you or maybe something that they had something else they had said?
I can only go by what I see on the video. So if from the timing on the video, it seems like he's laughing at what's being said about me. Now, it's possible that, he could be laughing at what was said before that. I don't know. But that's
Right.
why I was willing to show him and have a conversation with him, like he said on the live. Let's talk in the backstage because he had something he wanted to talk to me about as well. But we
Okay, so
never
Miss
had that
Val,
conversation.
while we're live, why don't you send me the receipts so I can show them?
No, I want to show the receipt to Q.
Okay, so you will show them the Q.
Yeah, we already
That's even
we had
better.
that conversation.
That's
We got
even
this shit
better.
too.
Okay, Val, I have one question from you from Gordo Poppy, okay? I think Gordo's from the beef sector, I think, but she said something about messages. I was asking, did they write a chain letter in y'all sector as well? I don't know about a chain letter.
Yeah, we got emails. We got those emails. I don't know if they're considered a chain letter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what emails?
Well, the last email I got, I wasn't CC'd on the email. Q just sent it to me.
Email gate?
Oh, is it all those emails that? Okay,
With
I think I know what you're
everybody's
talking about.
name.
They've been going
Yeah.
through. They've been going to my spam. At first, I was like, "Oh, I don't get them," but they've been going to my spam. I don't open them. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure that we can say the emails are chain letters, though. Right?
Yeah, probably
chain letters
not.
is something different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They could be talking about something different. So
Mimi
Val, why you
Oh.
want to hurt the man? I want to know that. Why you want to get physical with the man?
AT2, I was trolling him. I was not going to hurt Q.
Okay, so you were not going to hurt. Okay.
No.
I told her, I said, don't you know that's a threat? When somebody says I'm going to catch a flight, you're going to see me at your house. I'm going to pull up to your driveway.
That was trolling him. Then I went on his page and he said something about coming on his block. And I said, just look behind you or something. I was trolling Q.
Okay, so there's no flights to Minnesota to go to.
No, it's easier. It's easier for me to drive. It's only 4 hours. I wasn't going to go to Minnesota.
And see, that was said too. Like, it's easy for me to get there because it's only 4 hours.
Yeah,
Val, you are hilarious. You don't know how funny you are. I know you're trying to be serious, but you are hilarious.
I really am not. I'll be playing, but I don't know. I think people think I'm serious, and that makes it funnier. AT2, you stupid. Mimi Twin said Ryder Root said worse and wished death to you, but you wiped it under. No, I didn't, Mimi. See, y'all see that the way I want to see it. I forgave that woman and I went on with my life. But then she had me up on her panel, and I had to take Xanax to go up on her panel. And when she said something about Q, I had no idea what she was saying, so I nervously laughed. If you go back and watch that video, you'll see just that.
Okay,
Allegedly,
but tonight when Trees was saying stuff to you, it was kind of like underhanded, and you just
I
got
didn't even
quiet. You
watch
didn't.
the. See, I never
Oh,
looked
you
at
wasn't
my
looking
at
at the
my. I
comments.
was
That's right.
reading the other comments. I
Mhm.
That's
never
right.
looked at my comments. What did she say to me?
Something shady and rotted
Oh, I have to go
and
back and read it. I
molded.
never looked at it. Shannon said, I don't remember anyone wishing death on you. Goody wanted you and Q to talk it out. Nobody was setting it up. No, Shannon. We're talking about back on in the Hear Her days. Why are you
Not to
hiding?
hear her days.
AT2 Club said, why are they hiding if it's true? From what I hear, they're about to come out. And then what was that Oakland Barbie message that came out about Q being against Blue, Dr. Blue?
Dr.
I'm
Blue.
telling y'all, like, if y'all pay attention, these people are putting information right out in your face that they trying to come against Q. So I'm not, I'm gonna just leave it at that.
My.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay, so do you have any final words for anybody? Somebody was
Yeah.
asking. I think it was the
Can you sing
hammer.
a little song for us, Val? I think we
No,
need it
I will
end
not.
with a
I
no.
got some
Okay.
final words. Hold on, I got some final words for my favorite girl. Loving my life. Woof, 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 woof,
Oh.
woof.
What's going Take me to the king.
Wow. I'm so
I
sorry
don't
I missed.
have much to bring. Come on, Val, join me in singing. My heart is torn to pieces. It's my
Sing
all
it, boy.
Where's your microphone, AT2?
Damn, it's upstairs. But I would have had the microphone with me and everything. But no, Val, I'm just glad you clarified a
Ginger,
few things. You ain't
hold
trying
on,
to hurt this man.
82. Hold on,
Yeah.
82. Ginger, I never used a troll account. I use my real account. I don't have a troll account. If I troll somebody, it's under my name. Pam
Oh,
said,
And look
okay.
well,
at this
these
comment
private
from
chats are
Christine.
public chats. They're public chats. I don't know what a private chat is.
Look at this
I'm
comment
going to
from
need weed
Christine.
and rehab. Me too, McClurg.
We never wished death on you. So please stop saying that. Nobody ever. Well, if you're gonna say people wish death on you, be specific because you
Shannon, I
can't just
never
say
said good
everybody.
anything. Okay, hold on, babe. I never said anything about Goody Shannon. I never brought her name up. I'm
What?
not
What are you
talking
saying?
about that's Shannon. I'm not talking about her. I said in the Hear Her days, when you all were over there in her chat, that's when it was talked about. Nobody cared if I lived or died. I was faking. I was at home. I was playing with my kitty cat. I was doing
Yo,
all sorts of
kitty cat.
things. My real, a real cat. So, whatever. If it's not true, it's not true. K. Dean Douglas says, so if they were pictures, how do we know what he was laughing at? If there was a video, I can understand, but a picture doesn't make sense to me. It may not make sense. That's what I'm saying. Listen, at the end
See,
of the day, y'all gonna believe what y'all want to believe, and y'all gonna believe what y'all don't want to. But it's just human beings doing what human beings do.
this is what I'm saying. Okay, so at some point, I want to challenge the both of us about.
Uh, Hold on, one more thing, Cups. I don't have to talk to Q. I wanted to talk to Q so that we could try and salvage our relationship. That's what my concern was salvaging my relationship with Q initially.
I really hope that you guys can salvage your relationship. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah, Cups. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. Cups, thank you for being respectful. I appreciate you. You and Pam. Pam said, Val, haven't you been in chats while other CCs were dragging people? Yeah, I have been in chats but if they're friends of mine, I usually feel very uncomfortable and I try to leave if I can. If I'm up on a panel and somebody's drugging somebody, I put my hands in my face and I say, you need to stop or something like that. I'm not perfect by no
Right.
means. I am
And it's
not.
okay. It's perfectly okay if we want to play with our kitty cats. Now
Meow.
stop it. Now stop it.
Yes, there has to be a stopping point with the kitty cats. Mimi Twin says he was on her panel Tuesday asking for it, and she refused to provide it. I didn't refuse to. That's not true, Mimi. Y'all spend y'all own stuff, y'all, and I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. Val, you stated Q wrote the letter, but you never ever saw the letter because somebody said that Q said to these people he was writing the letter with Snooky, but there never was a letter. This is what these people are telling me. Q said he was writing the letter with Snooky, but nobody's seen the letter. So what they were trying to say is Q initiated this letter.
Oh my God.
But nobody ever seen the letter.
Q told you that he was writing a letter with Snooki?
No, Q told me Snooki wrote the letter.
Jesus. Whew.
So anyway, I'm not going to read very much more. I just wanted to say, yeah, the emails and a letter are two different things. And I just want to put it out there. I don't think the letter exists.
Hey,
I
Mimi
don't.
Twin. Thank you for Val, we have a visitor. Now,
Who
Mimi
is it?
Twin. Are you I can only see the top of something. I need to make sure I don't get peen bombed. Okay. Do you want to be on camera? Okay, you can turn it off now. Thank you. I'm gonna bring you up.
Wow. Wait a minute. Let me get. Where's my avatar?
Why are we talking so loud?
Wait a minute. I don't know where my avatar at.
You're gonna have to turn one of your browsers off.
I'm trying to get my avatar. Let me do that. Okay. I can't get it.
Well, that's okay. We can still hear you. And Penthouse, if you still here, you can hit the link too. While you at it.
What's all that for?
My bad. I think Mimi Twin has something to say, but she couldn't get her link. But Ms. Val, I really appreciate you coming up here. You know, I know like back in the day, you know, when you're going through your stuff, your son had reached out to me, and then you and I talked, you know, privately, and I really do want you to be well. Seriously. Okay, here is Mimi Twin again.
I'll just do it this
Wait a
way.
minute. Let me read Levon's post. Levon said trolling can get dangerous. We have to be careful when someone feels threatened. We don't know what they're gonna do. You are right, Levon. That's why I deleted the post. It didn't get. I know they said they reported it, but I deleted it. I would never want somebody to be harmed, and so I deleted the post. Shannon said, "Why don't you tell people who keep bringing you mess?" Shannon, I do. I block people time and time. You would be amazed at how people will get blocked and then go and create troll pages so they can still send you stuff on IG.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon, I do. I block people time and time. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hi.
There's an echo, so you got to close one of your browsers out, sweetie.
I got my
Maybe turn your
TV
down.
on.
Yeah, maybe just turn it down. Welcome, Mimi Twin. What you got to say? Sound off.
How's that?
That's perfect.
Wonderful, wonderful. Talking about the Dr. Blue chat, all of us was up in Dr. Blue chat, not just Q was in there, but it was all of us up in there. And she was making other jokes along the way. Now, when your son first came in the chat, we was under the assumption that it was like a troll or something acting like him. That's why we started laughing when he first said who he was. Like, yeah, like we was laughing like a yeah, right type of thing. It wasn't we was laughing at him. It's who we thought he might have been. Just to bring that up. But when I said something about you being on Data's panel, you was actually on her panel. And when she called him, what she called him, the bottom, whatever she called him.
Oh, who's panel?
Rotted Root.
Oh,
trees, to be more specific. You was on there. And when she called him out of his name, Power Bottom, you was like, Huh? I'm sorry. What did you say? She said
Right.
power bottom, and then you laughed with a smirk after
I
she
laughed
said
and
it.
I put my
Yes,
face.
you did. We
No,
could go
I
back
just
and
said I
watch it.
laughed.
You did.
I just said I
Okay.
laughed, Mimi. I laughed
Okay.
and I put my
Okay.
face into my shirt and I
Mhm.
said, Trees, you need to stop. It was a nervous laugh. I was high on Xanax. I had to
Mhm.
take Xanax to go on Tree's channel that day. I've said this over and over again
Yeah.
because that was
Okay.
right
Then.
after she had dragged me about having paper in my head and I was nervous to go on her show.
Okay. Yeah, and that was another thing. So you find him calling you Diddy more offensive than her talking about you having paper in your head, being a
Honey, y'all don't
scarecrow.
know how
Wait a
that,
minute. Wait a
listen,
minute. Hold up. Hold up. I ain't cut you off. Don't cut me off. That's very rude. That's very rude. I don't do that. Now, she called you the scarecrow, talked about you having paper in your head and everything. And she talked about your family. She talked about death with you and all. And you running right back up underneath of her. But Q called you Diddy and you made it seem like it was the end of the earth. Which one is
I,
worse, Val? Tell me.
I'm about to tell you which one is worse.
Most
First of
people
all,
don't.
I'm not her friend. So her calling me anything does not hurt me like my friend calling me something. Secondly, I did not run back under that woman. She popped up on my channel the other day. When I went backstage to let her in, the first thing I thought was, I wonder what this is about. That was not planned for her to be on my channel. Me and her are not clicked up.
So
Okay,
you're
just
so
because
you're
she
not in
showed.
her lives or anything no more. You're not
No, I don't
communicating
go
with
over to her
her.
channel. This is what I want y'all to understand. I don't have
Mhm.
a click on YouTube. I run by myself.
Mhm.
When I'm not on my page, you know where I go? I
Mhm.
go over to Conscious TV. I go over to Larry Reed. I go over to this new lady, We Are Positivity TV with India. I go over there. I'm trying to network with people outside my sector so that I can build my reach. That's what I'm doing. I don't hang around on the channels over here.
If you say so, Val. And
Okay,
lastly,
sis.
I want to
Like
get to your I want to get to your community post you made today.
okay.
You downplayed what you said in it because you said more than what you presented to them.
No, I can say every word I said.
And you did say threats in there, and then you made it seem like it was going to be something big at the very end of your comment.
Mhm.
So it was very threatening. It
Okay,
led off that way as well.
if you all read it and thought it was very
Mhm.
threatening and you reported it, then fine, it's gone.
Mm,
But for
right,
me,
but it
it
wasn't
was
a thought. It was threatening. It was
okay,
definitely threatening.
okay,
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It was
okay,
threatening.
Mimi, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I'm not gonna take that away. What am I gonna do? Say to you it's lying? If you
Mhm.
read it and it was threatening, it
Mhm.
was threatening.
Okay. I just wanted to clear that up.
Okay.
Hmm. But I'm going to drop and I'll let y'all be. I just want to clear some things up and I just want to keep it honest. Now, Val, I did like you and for your messages that you would deliver, but this side of you is not a side that I agree upon because it did cause a lot of conflict and confusion. And like
I
they
can
said,
respect that.
you should have talked to Q knowing that your information wasn't 100% receipt covered. All you had was a receipt showing him in a chat. That's not a receipt
What?
showing.
Not one. It's not one receipt.
Mhm,
It's a
mhm,
couple of receipts of him in chats, and it's also
mhm,
something of him, almost like they have a
mhm,
something saying that he knows who wrote the letter. But what they have, I also have,
mhm.
so I know it's true because Q told me that he thought Snooki wrote the letter. So that's not new news.
Well, I don't recall him saying anything about he thought Snooki wrote a letter because he kept on saying there is no letter. There is no
No,
letter.
no, no, no. Back when he
Uh,
sent me and another content creator a picture from Lipstick Alley, and
mhm.
it says that they on Lipstick Alley they thought she wrote the letter. So he just shared it with me and somebody else and said they're saying Snooki wrote the letter.
It just
It's
said
the
it just
same
seems
play.
like
It's the same
it just
play,
gets
different sector.
tiresome. Yeah, it just gets tiresome
I
because
know, honey.
Hello,
Don't you
Porto.
think I'm?
it
But don't
started
you
off
think
with
I'm tired?
yeah,
I'm tired of it.
the thing is, it started off with Yvette Abbey. Then you claimed we didn't see no receipts. Then it went over to hear her. Then you didn't have no receipts.
What to
Then
hear? What you mean? Want to hear her? What
well,
happened to hear her?
you brought up some things, and when you mentioned her about her saying something about death, you kept saying, well, like they said they. It's not they because everybody wasn't
Right.
That
saying
was
anything.
everybody else in the
Mhm.
sector saying. Hear her said she wished she was dead.
Okay,
Hear
you
her
keep
said that,
saying
Okay, but
and
see,
but you keep
this
that's
is
what I'm
what
talking
we
about. You
can't just
keep
keep
pointing the finger
hearsay.
to everybody else and what
no, no,
they
Exactly.
no,
say.
no. Then I came over to hear her channel, and we sat and sat with her on the chat, and hear her said, Val, I never wished you were dead. That is a lie. She said, I never said that. Don't believe it. We sat and talked about that. And then when I
But
left,
you've
hear
been
her,
saying it in your comments, but you've been mentioning it like quickly as you talk, but you say it.
because I'm
Listen to
reminding
what you
you
be
all
saying
when
in
it
your
happened.
chats.
I'm reminding you all when it happened. That's why I'm just bringing it up. I'm not talking about hear her. I'm saying this is when people are saying when you all were over in hear hers. These are the things that you said. That's the only reason I'm bringing it up. Is to try and clarify it. I want all this to be done, but the only way to be done is when you ask me a question, I have to go back with the information.
Understand? It's just it just gets so tiresome. We went
Mimi,
with
can I ask
Vet
you a
Abbey, we got
question?
that cleared up. Then we went. Go ahead.
Can I ask you a question in all
Absolutely,
seriousness?
absolutely.
If I kept leaving a note in your mailbox every week,
Hmm.
the same note with the same mess,
Hmm.
eventually, and you throwing it away, you reading and you throwing it away, you reading and you throwing it away, and you thinking this was 3 or 4 months ago, right? And I
No,
dealt with it to the
but that's not what I'll do. I wouldn't read it. I'll put on there return to sender
Same.
because I ain't got time for the shit.
okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay.
Correct.
Can y'all hear me?
Sound off, Gordo. You've been
I'm
welcome
gonna
to the
drop off and
channel.
leave y'all because my
Okay,
Can
phone
y'all hear
about to
me?
perfect.
die.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming up.
Yeah, can
Sound
y'all
off,
hear me?
Gordo Poppy. Yes. Welcome
Oh, okay.
to the
Hey,
show.
Andrea, how you doing? Hey, I don't know who the other lady on
That's
the panel. How you doing?
Evangelist Val.
Oh, Evangelist Val, how you doing?
Hmm.
I'm
Um,
fine.
I'm, I'm from the Mo 3 sector, but I'm at work right now. But I was listening to you when you was talking. It sounds like the same play, just different sector. I said a chain letter because either if they sent it through an email or they made a dummy account on IG and sent it to somebody, like it stirred up some mess that was like maybe 5, 6 months ago, something that happened old in y'all sector. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's like the same identical thing that happened to me or
Uh-huh.
whatever.
What
Like almost a
happened?
year. Like somebody sent like different chain letters to me about certain things that were happening to a content creator that I modded for or whatever. And like
Uh-huh.
when I tried to expose it, it put me in a lot of like people just started putting me in plays and in mess behind the scenes or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
as everything since I got into the reactor lane and reacted to everything go on in our sector, like the two messages as we call them chain letters in our sector because everybody passed it around and it was like a whole
Right.
bunch of mess that happened behind it.
Right.
But it was basically like folks trying to one of them was basically talking about how folks were trying to porn bomb, content creator channels, flag their channels
Uh-huh.
and everything. And like the
Mm-hmm.
other one was just explaining how certain group of people had basically finesse this other content creator that I was modding for. He had like 15K subs, but it was just breaking down a lot of stuff that was going on behind the scenes. Like folks were getting paid to come on people panels and
Uh-huh.
just do crazy stuff to get their channel flagged and everything. Something like particular what I don't know if Andrea was in my live earlier this morning, but I had a situation that happened in my live this morning. It was like I had to delete the video, but see, I had already knew that probably gonna happen because I just been on people's heels off exposing the plays and the skits that they have going on in our
Uh-huh.
sector. Like
Mm.
it's a lot of people calling CPS on people.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
People
Yes.
That sounds
Crazy
very
stuff.
familiar.
people
Yep. This happened over here too.
dissing dead kids.
What about what, kids?
Well, doxing. Yeah, yeah. Well, they did. Yeah, they dissing the dead, they dissing kids, they dissing
Oh, dissing kids.
women that have had spoke openly about having miscarriages, like they talk down on them too. So it's a lot of just different variables that I hear, I forgot your name, Evangelist.
Yeah. It's a Val.
Yeah, Evangelist Val. It's a lot of things I hear her say when she first hit the panel that sound similar to the things that was going on in our sector or whatever.
Yeah.
What's the Mode 3 sector? I mean, I know I come to your chat and stuff, but I just be entertained to be honest. You know, but tell us what that is.
It's basically a sector that was started off the death of the rapper Mo 3 from Dallas, Texas. It's really a Texas based sector, but it's kind of grew outside of what everybody came to the community or the sector for, people trying to find out like who had killed them because of the way that he died and how it was televised. And, a lot of conspiracy theories were thrown out there. And, it's even a video on the highway when he got killed, like showing like him getting out in his car, trying to go to the other side of his car to get his pistol and everything.
Oh my God.
The female house that he was at that night, it was actually the guy that killed her was the female house he was at that night. It was her baby daddy, but the way that he ended up finding out everything was he called his 6-year-old son phone. So that's kind of the way that happened. But it's one of the things where when you get deep down into the cases, like everybody was cool, clicked up years ago, and it's like folks failed out, other things happened, people died, and songs was made, and a lot of things was said that people can't come back from. So that's basically just the backstory of his life, or if you can he got a song with Lil Boosie called Everybody Ain't Your Friend. It's kind of like the backdrop, of everything that happened with him.
I did a live called Everybody Ain't Your Friend.
Oh wow! Were you referencing that song though, Val, or you were just?
No, it just came into my mind about a month ago.
Okay. I see you trying to make the connection though.
Does Andrea? You talk to him pretty often?
Who, Gordo Poppy? We when we see each other in each other's chat.
Okay, I'm gonna have to have you reach out to him so I can if he'll do a panel with me about stuff like this. I think it would be interesting.
Yeah, we can. This as I go through different sectors, this like the fourth sector that is to happen in. So it's like I'm just following the paper trail, certain people that I see float inside and out them sectors and everything. But that's all.
I think that's interesting because what you just said is bringing up old stuff. That was part of it, and talking about the content creator and things that because in the information I gave, they talked about more than one content creator, but they were just concentrating on this one particular.
I seen somebody say that in your chat. Yeah, the sector that they talk about, the Young Dolph case and everything, it's the same sector. We basically you might as well say it's because of Mo3, it has turned into like the sector that the main content creators that started the sector is like they the ones that talk, that basically talk about the dead rappers, but it's like most of the subs, basically we run the sector now. We have pages and everything. So some people be on content, some people, they be dragging, some people, they probably, turn their page to like a family page or something like that.
Okay. Dang.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, y'all gotta. Link up right now while you're up here.
It's even a situation where we had a fake suicide plot, like
what the heck?
In our sector, like
a chick
just suicide.
What were they trying to manipulate with that?
To get cash apps and donations.
How you get cash apps for a suicide?
They donate to the family and everything. Like it's a bunch of that go on. It's crazy to say, it's a bunch of that go on.
How do y'all find out it's fake?
Yeah, how we find out because the people that they talk too much behind the scenes and told the wrong person. Then the chick just popped up a couple days later and said it was a play.
Oh my God!
And what's done in the dark always comes to the light. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even put that on my life, a fake suicide.
Yeah. But I'm finna head back in off my break. I had just to call in, just to talk to
Well,
y'all
I hope
about
Okay,
you
that.
have
well,
a good
yeah,
night
I
at
want
work,
to
Gordo.
plan to do a some sort of panel where we can talk about this stuff. Like, are you available on like
Absolutely.
Friday, Saturdays?
Okay.
Gordo, what's your IG? Can we follow you on Instagram? I know you gotta get back to work and stuff. Um,
I don't think he can hear you.
maybe put it. Can you put your IG in the back chat for us, Gordo? He might be trying to drop down already. There was a question from somebody. Now it was I don't remember who it was
Hey,
from,
Queen Mermaid.
but they said, "Are you going to continue letting Rodder Root SDW drag Q? Are you going to continue that?
No, I don't
Or are
have
you
anything to do with them dragging Q. That's the thing. Like they were saying, Sean Davy Wade just became her mod. Sean Davy Wade's been my mod since January or February. And I didn't know, like, I don't really be on station head. I don't know, all of the ins and outs of that stuff. So I wasn't putting two and two together that Sean and was, having an issue with Q. When that whole thing goes on between Q and Trees, if I'm not on her panel, I don't know that Trees is dragging Q. But if she's on my channel, I'm not going to let her talk about him. You know what I'm saying? Like you can only do so much when you're in your space.
I feel like I was in Q's chat one time when he was talking about that, how you let shade him on your panel recently. Did that happen?
Mm-mm. That was the day that she said that whatever when she said power bottom, and I honest to God didn't even know what a power bottom was, and
No,
that's
I'm
another
not talking
reason I
about way
laughed.
back then. I'm not talking about way back in the
Oh no,
day.
no, he was just talking about the fact that she was on my panel that day when I was talking about finding out that he had done something behind the scenes. He was just saying he couldn't believe she was on my panel at all, having the fact that we had fallen out.
Wow,
But
girl.
Andrea, if
Yeah.
you and I fall out,
Mm-hmm.
chances are I'm going to be the first one to call you and say, "Can we talk about it?" You know what I'm saying? And then once we talk about it and move forward, you can come up on my panel. That's just the type of person that I am. I don't hold grudges. I don't see a need to. I move on. That's just how I am. And I know people look at it like, oh, she talks about this. I don't care because I'm going to let God handle that. I don't dwell in stuff like that.
Okay, so you mean from now on you're not gonna hold no grudges and I think we all need to do things different, right? Take this shit off of YouTube and be adults about it. You know, all this
Yeah,
screaming, going and back and forth and doing lives back and forth about people. I mean, that kind of stuff. Well, it makes for good YouTube. It's really hurtful,
right.
you know. And I think it really speaks to people's lack of integrity and good intent and goodwill for others. You know what I'm saying? It's like at some point, like, be adults about it. We can argue, we can fuss, we can disagree. But when we start defaming other people, slandering other people, that shit gets old and it's low. And what are you
They
feeding?
they
You're
keep
feeding
saying they keep saying why didn't I
pain.
call you before I went live?
Yeah,
Hey
you
Jack
were.
the Voice. Ask Jack the Voice to come up. I want to talk to him. Hey Pillow Talk with Bay. I didn't call Q before I went live because Q had
De
that
La
thing with Q,
Bugetto.
huh?
Go ahead. Jack is in the building.
Yeah, that thing with Q recording the phone call was so in the front of my mind, front of my mind that I kept thinking if you call him, he's gonna know something's up because if this is true, he's gonna be on guard and he's gonna record the phone call. I didn't want the phone call recorded because I wanted to have a serious conversation with Q. So that's why I was upset. I was really emotionally upset, and so I just went and made the live.
But
I
don't you
was
think even
hoping.
if he was going to record the conversation, at least the truth would have been out,
See, I
and
wasn't
you wouldn't
thinking like
have to
that. I'm
duck and
able to
hide. You know what
admit,
I'm saying? If you had the honest
but
conversation.
right, but I'm willing to admit that none of those rational thoughts came to my mind. Only thing that came to my mind was I want to talk to him right now, and I want him to tell the truth in front of as many people as possible. I just
You,
wanted to hold him accountable.
but you said you've been acquaintanced with Q behind the scenes. Did you really, for a long time you guys had a relationship? Did you really think he was going to respond to the way that you were trying to call him out?
I knew that I could get a reaction out of him.
So that's
And
what
I'm
you were
going to be
going
honest,
for.
I didn't expect that reaction that he gave me. I was a little shocked.
So what would you have expected him to do other than what he did do?
I expected him to say, "Hey, I'm sorry that you're upset. We can go in the back and we can talk this over just in the live." That's what I expected out of Q. But because he was the way he acted, it just made me kind of say, maybe there's some truth to this because he was so defensive.
Interesting.
But again, I think at the end of the day, like I shared with LaVon, this is something Q and I are going to eventually have to work out.
Yeah. And
Because
preferably,
if it's not real, and if these people are just trying to create chaos, then we would have to be able to sit down together and compare notes and make the decision of how to handle that, because they're not going to stop.
wow.
So, I mean, it is what it is. But as for your chat, I
Yeah.
do want to say that, hold on just a minute, let me go up. Pamela and
You talking about this comment?
Shannon.
You went off on him that live. I would have done what you did. Just saying.
No, Shannon said, "Why did I get my husband involved?" I got my husband involved because my husband heard um, a cousin of mine yelling at me one day on the phone, and he got really upset and told me I better not ever have an argument with a man ever again, ever. So the day that Q was on my panel and he started getting loud and he was raising his voice, my husband was here and he said it. My husband's like, he's never had a real conversation with Q, but like we'll be on speakerphone and they can say, what's up or whatever. When me and Q are talking. So my husband has a respect for Q. He knows that's my friend. But that day he heard Q yelling and he was like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with Q, but if he's going to talk to you like that, he needs to talk to me. And so then Q goes on his live and he's like, you need to just shut up, shut the hell up. So then my husband was like, if he wants you to shut up, tell him to come and let me shut him up. So that's why my husband got involved.
Oh, Lord. Hear her. Hear her. Hey, boo. I just dropped the link for Jack the Boy.
Hey, Queen Mermaid.
First of all, let me just say this, Val. Thank you so much for being here. Let's continue to talk, but I want to do a little bit of a break and say thank you to everyone. Please make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to get my community wall. Okay, we're trying to grow up over here. So make sure you subscribe. If you want to hit the like button, do that. If you want to hit the link, do that. We got time today, cuz I'm gonna bring.
But
Jack
I wanted to say to Shannon and Pam and Cups, Queen Mermaid, Jack the Voice, and I think that's it.
What you want to say?
You, Andrea. Jessie Cat. Hey, Jessie Cat. I think that's it. Just the people who Pillow Talk with Bay, of course, that's my mod. I appreciate you all because you have been supportive and to my channel, to me, and when I was sick, and my clerk. And I'm not perfect. And I'm willing to say I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I mess up. It is
Yeah,
what it is. And I don't come down on people for them making their mistakes. I try not. And Carol MD, I don't know what happened to her and I thought we were cool. But clearly, you can tell when you fall out, when two content creators fall out, you can tell where people's loyalties lie. But I can respect that at the same time. Jennifer, did I say Jennifer?
Jennifer was
Oh,
like a huge supporter for you at first.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And things
I
went
don't,
sour, and then you know what I'm saying.
and I
She
don't
kind of
want to
had to back
fall out.
up. Or he, I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
don't want to fall out with Jennifer. I don't have a problem with Jennifer. So, it just is what it is. But time heals wounds, and we'll just have to see
Absolutely.
what happens. I can
Yes.
only be me, and I can try to be a better me every day. That's all I can offer up.
And see, that's
So,
what we all should be doing. Now, Jack is here. What do you need to say to Jack? He just graced us with his presence. Thank you,
hey,
Jack.
hey, Jack.
Don't be so quick to speak so highly of me. Don't be so quick.
Jack, you know you're always my brother, so I do what the hell I want on my channel. What you got to say, Val, to Jack?
Well, you know, Jack kind of grew on me. I initially felt like he was not necessarily all
Go
that
ahead, Val.
sincere, but
Uh,
he started showing up in my chat, and we started speaking in other people's chats, and I realized he had a good sense of humor, and he seemed like a very sincere person. But he's another one that I see in these chats where I'm being, talked about or drugged or disrespected, and I'm just like, you're just hanging out and you kick in and you laugh and you LOLing. And then tonight it was like people were saying I was off my meds, and it seemed like he was agreeing with that. And I'm like, Jack, I don't understand, because you and I have never had a problem. It's one thing when you see people that you genuinely have had a problem with, or you know that they've never really liked you. But for Jack, I just was lost. I didn't understand.
no, no,
Okay.
no. I listen. You're not the only content creator who feels that way. I can't go anywhere. I'm at a bind. I cannot go anywhere. This is why. I'm gonna be honest. This is why I did not want to come to the show, because I got one content creator saying, "I don't like you over here on this person's show. Be careful, blah blah blah. I don't like you over here. I don't like you over there." I cannot go anywhere and just enjoy myself peacefully. I'm not trying to cause anybody any problems. You
Right.
understand? Right. I'm just trying to enjoy content and
Right,
just
and I can
Absolutely.
respect that. I
right.
respect you, but
I
I felt like being there is one thing, but
right.
when you join in on the disrespect, that's another. Because like I can come to your channel and I can be there, but when somebody starts to disrespect another person, I feel like that's when we remove ourselves. Just like she was just saying about me being on um, the content creators channel and them talking about Q, and then I laughed. Um, but I wasn't technically, I was drugged up. But had I been thinking about it, I probably would have dropped down, or I would have, I don't want to be there when somebody's being dogged out, not somebody that I really like.
Okay. I understand that. And you know what? You know what? And if you feel disrespected by me being in the chats and laughing and stuff like that, I do apologize. I did not intend to hurt you. Okay?
Yeah,
Just the situation was a little mind-boggling, and you know, sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from.
yeah,
I'm gonna speak up for Jack because he was just in a predicament, wasn't it last week, where
Yeah.
another YouTuber had problems with Jack being on another YouTuber's panel, and it's like you can how where do you get the right to be upset that someone that you don't even know is virtually in
yeah.
it participating in another person's chat? What who gives you the authority to say people can't go here and people can go there? And
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You can be mad all the fuck you want. Excuse my language, but I'm gonna go where I want. And Jack, everybody has that damn liberty. I'm so sick of that. That was one of the things that kept the strife on YouTube for so long, because people think they have to be loyal to a certain YouTuber and a content creator to the point where they can't participate and engage with other people's different people's chats. That is the
Right.
most ridiculous thing that this sector has gone through. I think it's just ridiculous.
Yeah. I just want everybody to know there's enough of me to go around. Trust me, there is enough of me to go around. I'm here for.
Oh, thank God for that, Jack.
I, I'm only interested in your artistry. All right, that's
Right.
all I'm interested in. How good can you do your whatever you do? That's all I'm interested in. Nothing else.
Yeah.
And I enjoy cracking jokes with people in the chat. That gives me life. And
Yeah,
also,
Right.
and my whole thing is people are tickled by different things. I
Right.
am not going to apologize if I'm laughing. I'm just not. If something tickles me, that's an involuntary mechanism that my body tickles. I'm not going to apologize for that. If you don't like what's being said, you don't have to listen. You need to move on for your own mental health instead of
Right.
being upset by it. You know, that's what I'm saying
Woo-
to you too, Val. In this
Here's the-
moment, we all got to choose to pick different battles. You
Yeah.
gotta pick
Yeah.
different battles for yourself, because this shit is for the
It
not for the
is.
hummingbirds. This is for the peckerwood birds that don't have
Not
brains.
the pecker. I don't
Other
think you
people
can
like
say that. I don't think you can say that. Wu Chow said, I'll do respect. I'll do respect. People have said on your page, on your panel, and dragged other people on your panel or gone after people in your chat. You know what, Wu Chow? My chat, I have a big issue with reading my chat, and I need to pay closer attention to my chat. I usually leave it to my mods, and I'm learning that that's not always a good idea. I need to read my chat as well. Because I'm learning every time I have somebody on my panel, they always tell me later that they felt attacked by the chat. So that's something I'm going to be working on. I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable on my channel. I really don't. I want my channel to be a safe place. So I appreciate that comment. Cup said, laugh my ass off. If someone can tell you where you go, then take your dusty ass on. Per cousin, want that I rock with leaders. Oh, the only reason I knew where Jack was because I was watching the video when I was making my video. So I seen him over there myself.
Right. That was astonishing. I didn't know you was doing all that.
Yeah. I thought I was doing a pretty good job of that. Thought I was.
of what?
it-
Well, I was watching one video on my TV and responding to their answers on my cell phone.
that was amazing. It was the first thing.
I was like, what am
And
I?
they kept saying, is she streaming your video? I was like, no, I'm not streaming her video. I'm watching her video.
She was streaming your video at some point. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And her streaming my video was to just actually me watching her video. That's what she was streaming.
Yeah.
All right. Listen.
Hey, Pink Dynamite.
It was one of the most amazing things I've ever had to experience on YouTube. That was the first.
It was so good. I ran out of devices to even DM anybody. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to DM you, Jack, and be like, "Are you watching this?" But I couldn't share. It was just weird. I couldn't share both links because I was watching them on separate devices.
Listen. I'm doing my regular thing, playing video games and watching 3 or 4 monitors at the same time.
Oh my god,
That's a lot of monitors.
Yes, yeah, I have them all in my house. But going forward, what do you expect to happen now?
You know what I expect? I expect to do my content on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then on Saturday, I have like this girls thing that I do. I've committed to doing on my channel. And then maybe on Sundays if I feel up to it. And that's it. I just want to, keep my channel like a safe place to be and a fun place to be. And if someday, relationships can be healed and things can, come out better than they are, that's a beautiful thing. I'm praying for everybody involved, and I just want to move forward.
I
I
believe.
I want to be a
Oh,
better
you and
person.
hey, here's opportunity. You and just a splash was getting it in. Any apologetic words, just a splash and Miss Val, because y'all is two queens. Come on now,
That was
don't
so
do that.
weird. I don't even know what that was about. I really don't. Some of those people were arguing with me just because it was, I was there basically. I was there but not there. And because, when you defending a friend, they were defending Q, and I was all by myself until my husband got home. So I was just standing my ground. If they said something about me, I went back and said something about them. That's basically how it was.
You were alone. You had some people that were backing you up in the chats and stuff like that. You
But see,
had.
I wasn't looking at my chat. I was too busy
Oh,
looking at that chat.
all right.
How come
But
your husband didn't say nothing when you
here's
put him on the camera? Was he shocked?
what?
My husband,
Yeah, why didn't he say nothing when you put him on the camera?
because he said he just wanted Q to see his face.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Can I ask you a question from Faith Christensen? Okay, Faith Christensen. I'm gonna ask this question, but can you go ahead and subscribe? That's the trade-off. Okay, is there a possibility that it's not what's said, but the delivery that can make a person laugh, even though the comment may be negative? Yes. Go ahead and answer that,
Yeah.
Val.
Yeah, that is true.
So
That is
how do
true.
you
That's
feel?
why I said it's sometimes you have to be there to even know what's going on in a situation, right? So I
Yeah.
could take a picture of something and then tell you something's going on in the picture and you would have no idea because you weren't there. So I take all that into consideration. That's why I was willing to share with him what I had, because that way we could sit down and not sit down, but we could interpret it together.
oh, I have a question. I have a
Yes.
question. How was it that they showed you these so-called receipts? How did they
Through
send
Instagram. Just
through
send them, just send
you
Instagram
have
them.
a copy of whatever they showed you?
It was just Instagram. This all took place on Instagram.
Right. So when they
Nothing
send it to you,
concrete.
when they send it
Well,
to you, you have a copy of that, don't you?
yeah, I have the actual thing that I
Okay.
was going to send to Q.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
And you're willing to share it with Q.
Yeah. I told him I'd send it to him.
All right.
Do you
Because
have a timeline of when that's going to happen? I mean, I'm just being nosy at this point. When do you think you'll send those things
Well,
to him to
right
kind of
now
smooth
he's not.
things over?
Right now he's not talking to me, or we're not talking to each other. So
Right,
that's
right.
why I said in time.
Okay. Yeah,
you
when you
know,
piss someone off, you can't choose when they forgive you or when they're ready to talk with you. You can't. So I
Yeah,
respect.
yeah. You have to respect people's space, and I respect it.
Go ahead, Jack, and then I'm going to ask Wu Child's question right here.
okay. He's a very reasonable person, right? And he right now it's not the time because his blood is boiling because of all that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would give like a week, 2 weeks maybe. Let him chill. But the thing is, what I would want you to do is after tonight, try not to speak about this again.
Mm-hmm.
You
Try
understand?
not to speak about what?
This whole
Oh, okay.
yeah. Don't pick on the womb. Let it
Oh
heal.
no, I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
And you know what, Val? I even think because sometimes we need like a transition period, right? We're so used to doing things, and we can our anger fuels us to display certain behaviors. But what I even recommend is have a night or two or whatever dedicated just to addressing YouTube stuff if you want to, if that's part of your content, but do it in a
Right.
way that is more wholesome and take a different approach to it. Because I think what you're doing is so much fueled out of anger and
Yeah.
defensiveness and just cutthroat, like I guess defense mechanisms, defensiveness, and just being offended. It's so fueled by that, and you have so much to offer. Like as a person who really does love God, you really do see like how much you are God's gift. You are God's daughter. You do recognize that. So I think you should step more into um, that role as you go forward. You know.
I appreciate that, Andrea. I really do.
Yeah. And this is one for I'm gonna okay, here hers back behind the stage. I'm gonna need to see a body scrub. I'm gonna need to see a finger. I'm gonna need to see something to make sure it's not a ping bomb. And Will Child wants to say that okay, poor Tulsa was misgendered repeatedly. And then tonight a dig was made when you addressed Q by saying him, her, they, whatever you call yourself. That was offensive. Do you have anything to respond to that? And a lot of other, I guess,
Um,
called misgendered and homophobic things that may have been said, especially in reference to maybe even Jennifer, because I know that was something.
I have never misgender. I'm never called Jennifer anything because I have no. I'm not gonna fall for that one. I have never called Jennifer anything,
You
and
haven't?
I'm not. No. Why would I call Jennifer anything? I know Jennifer is a gay man. I'm not gonna call Jennifer. Nope, not doing that. And
Jennifer,
Hey, hear her. Your camera's okay. You're on the
Oh,
stream, girl.
you see me
Yeah,
sucking the dove?
yeah.
Hey.
as
And I
for the
saw the
other
private chat too, so that's how I knew it was you.
Oh, okay.
As for the other comment about the he, him, they, this, that, ABC thing, that
Yeah.
was, I said that in jest. I wasn't saying it to be mean. Um, but I know that's a sensitive topic. But again, when your feelings are hurt and you're mad, you say all kind of stuff. I'm not about to sit here and make up, no long
No,
excuses for why I did what I did. I'm not.
we're good. And this is progress. What you got to say here? Her sound off.
I do want to sound off. Evangelist Val, you know that you and I had the whole situation that happened and we had got past it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is the issue that I'm having. Every time something happens, you usually would address it. Like, for instance, when I'm not even going to bring up other people, but let me just say this. You don't think that it's kind of suspicious how every time it's convenient when something's not going in the way that you want it to go, something always happens and you never have any proof to back it up? For instance, when the issue was happening with me and you at the height, the very next day is when you said that someone was inappropriate with your son on whatever platform, or if it was online, and that never
Uh-huh.
was addressed.
Because
You
I had to take it offline here, her, because the
Right,
police were
exactly. and
involved.
and it should have never even came to the
Right,
internet.
right.
And it's like
You're
every
right.
time, for instance, there's always an excuse about why. Like, now you're gonna take this and run with it because Andrea said, or Jack said, after tonight, don't address it, when you know you should have brought the information to Q before you even came on to YouTube about it. If
Mhm.
somebody put information in your DM and you was gonna go on and blast Q, because I could, let me tell you, whatever the information is, and honestly, I don't think it is any information. Honestly, I'm saying that, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, but I
Uh-huh.
see a pattern with you
Okay.
and always calling out something, and then you have this lady, not even lady, a monster, that you let her come on your panel after she disgraced you and harassed you and called you all type of insults, said you have paper stuck in your head, and you have her on your panel and you're hee and right. Do you not realize how that make you seem?
What does it make me seem like here?
It make you seem like a pathological liar, or that you
Because
have
she's on my
mental
panel?
illness. No, not because of that. Because you have this lady who disgraced you to the millionth power, and you did that to supposedly your friend. If
But
you
wait a
had the
minute.
information, listen, you just said Andrea asked you about a timeline for you to get if you for you to send the information to Q, and your response was, "He's not speaking to me." F him not speaking to you. Send him the information.
Okay, fine. But the question I wanted to ask is, everybody wants to talk about trees being on my panel. What is the difference between me talking to trees and me talking to you?
Let me tell
It's
you what
not
the
that she's
let me
been on your
no no no
panel.
no no. Let me tell
It's
you what the difference is. Let me tell you what the difference is. I brung straight facts about what happened with you and I.
Uh-huh.
I didn't disrespect you and come out and tell you all these derogatory things. I respect you as an elder. Even when you went off on me when you was on Sunny's page, I never even said anything to you. When I was upset and you came on my panel, I was very respectful to you. The thing that I did that you didn't like was that I was calling out what I was seeing it as I was seeing it. And when it got too hot, that's when you came with the story about your son. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be honest with you. In all due respect, I don't believe you. I honestly think that something is wrong because you are looking for acceptance through trees. And at the end of the day,
What?
she's still going to disrespect you and dog you. And what you did to your so called friend was horrendous with no
Yeah.
proof. It
Why
is.
in the world would I need acceptance from trees?
You do. You want it.
Accepted to
You've
what?
been,
For
listen,
what?
okay. So why would you owe someone $100 and be giving her and giving trees cash apps? Why wouldn't you pay your debt? Does that make any sense? Was
What
that
does a
was that
hundred
was that
dollars
pay?
have to do with trees cash apps?
It
I
has
gave you
everything to
cash
do with.
apps,
You gave me one cash app.
but I gave it to you, didn't I?
You gave me one cash app, and you gave trees continuous cash app. And I'm not counting the cash app. What I'm saying is you owed someone money, and you chose to give it to her. Were you? Let me ask. Were you paying to be in the witness protection plan program? Because that's what it looked like.
Oh my God. There's no, as far as I know, there's no witness protection
The way
program.
that lady disrespected you multiple times, I never prove it. I never came at you the way that she did. I only pointed out inconsistencies and told you what was bullshit to me and how the whole situation. I never cussed you out and told you, oh, you got paper in your brain and all of this and F this and all of this crap. You come up, you said Snooki had some inappropriate, someone told you something about her husband, your husband, wanting your husband. What kind of
Yeah.
foolishness is that?
Trees Mods told me that Snooki came back and said she wanted to have sex with my husband.
Wow.
Oh boy.
not,
I'm sorry.
No,
And
wow.
you
no,
would
I'm
and you
just telling the
and
truth. I'm just telling the truth. That's what they told me.
Oh my.
Now, Snooki wanted to have sex with your husband.
Uh huh. She can't. I bet not. I bet not die no time soon.
Stop here.
which
Why?
specifically which mod told you that? I
I
mean,
want to say
you got to think about that.
no, 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 because it was a couple. Because I was in like one of their mod chats. I want to say it was 901.
Mm.
Yeah, I know 901 was one of them. I can't remember the other one right off the top of my head.
Mm.
Oh my god! And you believed that?
Honey, listen. Why wouldn't I? But I didn't know what to believe. I didn't know what to
Yes, no,
believe.
Gordo. Damn.
I don't know. It just seemed like a lot of funny things is going on to me. It really do. And some of
I
the things,
understand that.
I mean, you're a grown woman. It's your channel. You can do whatever you want. I'm just speaking from an outside point of view, and I don't have nothing. I'm not taking sides. I'm just saying what it looked like, and I'm so tired of people saying that you've been duped. Because when you're duped, that means someone tricked you. You're not being tricked. This is something that you're willingly acknowledging and choosing to do, and it's weird.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, and I don't understand why you do it. And I haven't even been coming at you in no type of way for the longest time now. But this right here, it's like you just, I'm like shocked that you even still putting on with this. So it's making me go back to everything, and I'm like, oh, this lady is really a fraud.
Why does that make me a fraud? How am I
It's
frauding anybody?
I'm not saying fraud like you taking anything from anybody, but I don't. It's just like a whole bunch of weird bull, like lies, and I just want to see. I would love for you to send Q the proof,
Yeah.
like right now. Like that would be a good idea. He doesn't have to be speaking to you. Send it to him, and I can almost guarantee
Hmm.
whatever you send, I feel it deep down. It's gonna be some old bullshit that's not proof.
I have a question. Miss Val. Um, with all said and done, right? What do you believe in now?
What do I believe?
Yeah, as far as this whole story about Q sending this letter and making up letters and
I
stuff
don't
like.
care about the letter. I'm over the letter. I don't care. I don't care who wrote that letter. If
I'm
there was
tired
a
of
letter,
hearing
I
about
don't
a
care.
damn letter that nobody even saw and nobody even read. Why are we
Right.
keeping up with this bullshit?
No, 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 no.
What letter?
I'm asking her in total, in general.
Yeah, I said that the other day. I said I'm over that. I don't care. Even if a
It's
letter comes out, I don't care about it. In
what letter?
totality,
It doesn't
the
exist. It
Exactly.
shouldn't even be. It's like once there's no evidence of something,
Listen, who
for
was the
people to
first
still
person?
keep talking about something that there's no
Right.
evidence of,
Who was the first
it's
person?
foolish.
Who was the first person to say something about a letter?
the first person that ever said something about a letter, what do you remember that day Marcella was on your page? It was me, Marcella, and Blue Tarot, and Marcella said you said something to Marcella about being
Oh no,
ready, and
girl.
she said, "Oh, I got my letter, and I already sent it to Blue Tarot." Remember that day?
I think so.
Okay,
So
so from there,
that was
So
the first
Marcella said
mentioning
that
of a letter.
first.
Marcella said that, and from there it was, oh, Snooky wrote a letter, and Q showed us a clip out of Lipstick Alley where they had a picture of Snooky, and it said Evangelist Val. It said all about the trees. Ex mod writes damning letter for friend about friend Evangelist Val. That came out of Lipstick Alley, and Q said, look, they're saying Snooky wrote the letter. And then later on, he said he believes Snooky wrote the letter. And I said, well, how did Marcella get the letter? And so that's what the issue was, us trying to figure out how Marcella got the letter when she had said on your page that she had gotten the letter. Marcella later said, I don't even know what letter y'all talking about. So that threw a monkey wrench in that. But nobody's ever seen the letter. So that's why I said the letter didn't exist. And I was tired of talking about it.
Okay, but as far as everything else, what do you believe in this whole story?
I honestly am starting to, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm honestly starting to feel like,
Please be honest. That's all we've been wanting.
yeah,
For
Everybody.
real.
I honestly am starting to feel like somebody thinks that if they give me the information, that I'm either going to act on it, believe it, and share it, and that's going to be
Hmm.
the way that they can carry information and get it from place to place. That's what I'm starting to feel like. And the other side of it is I feel like, I mean, the easiest way to break relationships up is to start giving out information and hopefully hoping that it's going to catch on and that you'll, stop talking to somebody and then that goes on to somebody else and it just becomes, I think people need excitement. I think people are looking for something to happen
How
on
how
YouTube.
close how close did you consider you and Q's relationship? Like were y'all friends, like for real, or like
Yeah, I
what?
thought we were. Yeah, Q and I were friends. We've been friends for a year. We talk about everything, life, our
And you
health.
really consider Q a friend, but yet
Yeah, I
you
did.
mod someone who's very disrespectful
But
and
this is the
talk
thing
shit
about that.
about
I
him
modded
every single
back
day.
back when Marcella and I were not getting along. Back in February, I modded Sean Davy Way when I picked most of my mods. I never really paid attention to Sean and Q's stuff. I didn't really start because I wasn't in station head. I didn't pay no attention to that. I was trying to do my best
When
to
he
just.
blocked somebody from your page and it wasn't warranted, why did you keep him as a mod?
I
Why
didn't
would you?
know he blocked. That's the
But you
thing. I
found
didn't
out
know he blocked.
after. But you found out after, and he's still a mod. So he's sabotaging your page, and you're okay with that?
How did he block?
Val, you don't remember what happened?
Tell me what happened here.
I'm gonna let it.
No, seriously, just
I'm just
refresh my
saying because
memory.
that's just like weird to me. It's just weird.
No,
I don't know.
hear
A lot
her.
of weird.
You said be honest, so I'm gonna be honest with you. Honest to God, refresh my memory, because I'm using this for an excuse, but my brain sometimes I cannot remember. So what happened?
I'm reading
Stop.
it out.
Stop.
It's the beef tip section.
He said diet beef.
I could go for some beef tips right now. Oh my god.
This show ain't no T sector because Oh my god. I just think this is so ridiculous. And it's like you know what the thing is? You are making it seem like what you're trying to do is make peace.
Make what?
You're trying to make peace in a sense, but you're making way more enemies.
But why would I do that? I don't want more energy. I don't want.
But that's exact. You don't think that's what's happening?
It's the actions, Val.
You're reacting on things and you're not providing any proof. And you don't think that why would you even come on live and not even provide it or speak to someone behind the scenes? And you
Because,
have
like I said, I was emotional and I reacted. That's one of my biggest problems.
Who's in your life that you can go to that you can be like, look,
right,
I'm feeling like I want to fuck somebody up.
If you're emotional, you run to the internet with it. Run to the internet with the proof and be emotional while you're displaying the proof. You don't think you wouldn't have got all of this negative? Like, I wouldn't even be saying anything. I would be like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, if you showed something that backed up with what you're saying.
Yeah, to be so angry about something. I'm never going to be so angry about something if I don't have proof of it. It's just it's just somebody can say anything.
A lot of people in the comments was talking shit like, oh, here she goes again. You know what? You lost a good friend. Like, that's weird. And then you have this person on your panel who has no fucking respect for you whatsoever.
Now, Val, I really have to ask you.
It just seemed like that they put you. I don't care what nobody's saying. They put you up. They put you up to that shit.
Do you really understand that Trees doesn't care about you at all?
The fucking dog pound.
No regard for you. Do you understand that part, Val?
Do I understand that they don't have any regard for me?
Trees has no respect, no regard.
Oh, I know, Andrea, I know that. I know that people don't like me. She's not the only one. I know people don't like me.
It's like we're not talking about people don't like you. She has no respect for you.
Yeah, I know that. I'm not blinded by that.
She couldn't even touch my link. Are you kidding me?
So how could you be around her? How can you continue to engage with her if you know this?
Because that's the thing, you all, and I think that's something y'all don't understand about me. I don't roll with Trees. I don't hang out with nobody that, like, you drag me, you say bad things about me, I forgive it, and I don't forget it. I haven't forgotten nothing that's been said about me. But I'm not hanging out with nobody.
Not to say hanging out. In another instance, you're a grown older woman. You don't think it was a conflict of interest to have menacing vibes, and I'm saying names, Shrinking Sharon and whoever else modding for both parties, and you and Trees is disrespecting you.
Menacing Vibes was my mod first.
When all of the going back and forth were happening,
Well, hold on. Let me clear this up. Okay, Menace and Vibe was your mod, right?
Uh-huh.
And when you're on, she's your mod, right?
Right.
Okay. And when Trees is on, she's Trees mod, right?
Right.
So why does Trees go to your chat when you're on and Menace and Vibe is on duty? She bosses Menace and Vibes around
On
as if
your
it was
page.
her on your show.
And then you
That's
have that
the
person
disgusting part of it.
that's a mod that you modded. You have him blocking people that's not even worthy to be blocked. And then you unblock them, but you still keep him as a mod. He's sabotaging your page. You don't think that that's a problem? You don't think that make you look like what's going on?
No, because I didn't know nobody was blocking people off my page.
Well, they were. They were doing.
Did any of your other mods tell you what was happening? Because, you know, that's a real good tip to have. Like when you have you need to be able to communicate with your moderators outside of YouTube on your lives, because that's how they help you catch shit that's happening. Did any of them
Right.
tell
So
you
if
what
you
was
got,
going on?
listen, you know what, Andrea, this is the thing.
What?
We are, me and you,
Mm-hmm.
this lady is older for an older woman for us.
Right.
So the fact that we're telling her this is annoying me because she's
Why is
supposed
it
to know
annoying
that.
you?
Because you're supposed to know better.
Yeah, I'm supposed to know better. Here, I didn't had a whole brain surgery. Like it takes me time to learn stuff too. And you can call it making excuses or anything you want. Sometimes I'll have to learn things. I'm trying to be honest and transparent here. And I don't pay a lot of attention to my chat. I trusted my mods. So if they're out
Okay,
there
so
blocking people, I assume they're blocking people or timing out people who deserve it.
since we're all being adults in this moment, we're just gonna say, like, if we see fuck shit and we see it, we're gonna just call it out. And it's no shade. It's no like nothing that we dislike you, that we don't respect you. But from like if we're having this conversation now and we see things differently that are going around and around in a circle and the same patterns and the same things going on, we're gonna come right back to this conversation and be like, look, this is exactly what we was talking about. You got to choose different battles because some of this stuff is not mathing. It's not making sense.
I like this a
And
whole lot better than talking about each other behind your back because at least you
yes,
have an open and honest discussion here. Because I'm just being honest. Like if I'm not watching my chat and I trust my mods, then I'm not gonna. If somebody gets blocked, I'm just gonna assume that they did whatever it takes to get blocked.
I have another question. Do you well not really a question, but a statement. Do you understand that the majority of your mods are all treetops? Do you know that, right?
No, not all of my mods. I have um Sunny is a mod, Kiva is a mod, Make It Make Sense is a mod.
I
But
rarely,
are they there for the most part
I
of your
rarely
lives?
see those.
Yeah,
Are they
they're there, but you
they're
can't see
regular?
them.
Oh yeah, you know what?
Uh-huh. Sunny is, you can't see her.
My
I
whole thing
just
is,
realized that Kiva blocked me, so I won't see her. I just
What?
no Kiva blocked me, so I really wouldn't see her.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh yeah, she threw you out.
yeah.
TikTok, Doc, your time is up.
Right.
So the question was, okay, let's get on. You know, a lot of your mods are treetops. So how does that work for you, knowing that? Because we have an issue with just Tree's demeanor and her derogatory stuff. Okay, how do you deal with that, knowing that they are in full swing of what she does, what she says, and then come back to you? Does that matter to you, or is it just like we're adults, we
Well,
can do we can have a
now all this, everything that's gone on over there, Shrinking Sharon's no longer a mod over there, so she still mods for me.
right? So she's
And
a mod for you by default only,
right,
right?
and
and so you still
so
trust her though? I'm just want to ask.
well, yeah,
You
because she
still
doesn't go over there. Most of the people
okay.
that aren't mods over there don't go over there anymore.
Well, they just be in the
And
bushes.
well, yeah.
Penny Har.
But yeah, I mean, I pretty much trust. I put my trust in them to do the right thing. I know that I did find out that like 7 or 8 people were blocked after Snooki had left, and I had to unblock them.
Right.
But
So people's blocking
Here's the
people
thing. Here's the
for
thing.
things that
I don't think it's so much as trust. I think it's when they're your mod, they're your mod. They're supposed to do whatever you instructed them to do, not what some other content creator that they work for. Their rules do not apply to their lives.
right.
And that's the see is that they are conflating the two. You know what I'm saying?
And any mod can have their own agenda too. I mean, they could, people they don't like and stuff like that.
Of course. But I basically see the trees moving around it. That's why I really try to not go there too much. It just reminds me of trees, you know?
Uh-huh.
And, yeah. But I stick it out and I give you the view.
Well, I appreciate that, Jack.
You're welcome. So do you think that you and my boy are gonna be okay?
I mean, I think it'll take some time, but
I mean, if I were him, I wouldn't even hear a word that you had to say, to be honest with you.
okay.
And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just
I hear you.
I'm being honest, because that sounds like a whole lot of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely look at the information, whatever the DM that you sent.
Right.
But I'm positive. What DM could somebody have sent you? I don't believe it, honestly.
Okay.
I don't. Do you think you could DM him like right now?
I mean, I could, but I'm on the phone with you.
I think that would be a good idea.
Can you do it from a different? Can we make it work? Can you do it from a
Because I
different
have
device?
a strong feeling that the DM that you're gonna send, if it gets sent, has absolutely nothing to do with what. I just don't even believe that there's proof.
But here, this is the thing. Whether you believe it or not, whether it's valid or not, it has nothing to do with you.
It doesn't have anything to do with me, but it has everything to do with the confusion and everything that you're causing in the sector.
Okay.
That's what it has everything to do with. It has to do with all of the stories and the lies and everything that has been happening from the beginning of time. From you with just like, it's just over and over. Like, this is like repeated offenses. Like, it's to a point where I believe absolutely nothing that comes out of your mouth anymore at all. Because
okay,
I watched you lie and say about me, with our situation, and then when things was getting hot, the very next day you told a story about something about your child, and I said, "Oh, here the freak we go." Then it was something
about my child
conveniently, then it was something about Sparkle Alley, who everybody knows who hates Sparkle Alley, who everybody knows Trees went after Sparkle Alley for her master. Everybody knows that.
Now, it was the whole someone was trying to get
at the whole bunch of bullshit. And now you're talking about Q said whatever Q did, and it's the same fucking person on the panel who went after Sparkle Alley. Do you not see that? You looking crazy on these streets, and it doesn't have. You're right. It's none of nobody's business, but you bringing it to YouTube, and we're watching this and hearing it, and it's been going on for over like a year now, and you still doing the same thing. This was before your surgery. You was doing this.
Okay.
Didn't some of this start like back in November? To be honest, like this has been over 8 months. So this is why we're saying at this point, we got to choose different battles. We can't be doing the same shit over and over again and expecting different results. That is not going to work. We got to do things differently and be above, I don't know, above reproach, above foolishness, above foolery. And honestly, we got to be committed to the truth because things come out. It's just a matter of time.
I
So
just
that's
think
what we
that we're
want to see.
speaking to somebody that knows exactly what we're saying. We're speaking, I feel like we're speaking to somebody that's deliberately making these decisions to do these things for whatever reason.
And
Um,
since you
and and
made up your mind
and
that
no, it's just. I'm not saying that I made up my
No,
mind. What I'm saying is giving me freaking like what's the pastor's name with the whole situation that's going on?
Whitehead.
Yeah, it's people flock to you because you're speaking the word of God, but the things that you do is not of God.
okay.
So it's making me
Not all things. Okay, we're not
aggravated.
dismissing your ministry or anything
No, I'm talking about the
like that.
behaviors and the things that you're doing.
Okay.
Right.
I
So
totally
it's like, you know how
respect
you tell us
everything
to
you're
go to our
saying.
prayer closet and stuff?
Yeah.
The thing is like you gotta emotionally regulate yourself before you come on YouTube and do this stuff all over again. You gotta
Right.
have a balance and have a be able to do emotional regulation so that you don't get yourself caught up in this stuff.
Hold
Right.
on.
For real. And this is someone like, stress, what stress does to your chronic illnesses. And like, it's time to do things different for real.
Right.
I just saw something on the chat. Somebody's name is The Voice.
Whoa, who's trying to copy you?
Some, I don't know.
Now, somebody said, do you know that you have Pink Dynamite blocked? Is that on purpose? Can you unblock her?
No, I know. I'll go on. Tell her I'll go and block her. She
Okay.
was probably one of the people. It's like I said, it's a bunch of people blocked from when Snooki was my mod,
Yeah.
I think, and I have to unblock. But no, I never blocked her.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of decisions, like your whole friendship, the what you did. Oh my God, that was freaking horrible. And for you to be like, come on, Snooki, like, and you don't see anything wrong with it. You call it holding accountability. I
Well,
call
oh, now we're talking about what I did to Snooki.
when I hold my friends accountable. Listen. We could be in the street, and it could be something going on with my friend and other people, and I could know my friend is dead wrong. But guess what? I'm gonna check my friend when we get inside. I will never check my friend on a
In
platform
public, where's
in
the
a public. Yeah, that's not
meaning?
you didn't consider her your friend at that point. You was considering kudo points from whoever, and those people are not even people that support you. I don't know what you benefiting from it. I don't really know. We don't know what's going on, but all I know is something ain't right. And I've been saying that for about a year now.
Yeah.
I'm back to that. Something's not right.
We got to
You're
be careful
doing
about who we let influence
crazy
us.
stuff. Yeah, you and look, every time it's something that happened, look at the people who's involved. With the Snooki situation, that wasn't Trees wasn't involved, but guess who was? Danny. You don't see let me jump down because you know exactly what's going on.
She be like, I'm tapped out.
Well, I'm getting ready to go.
Okay.
All right. It was good talking to you, and thank you for coming up and being patient and
Yes.
taking all the questions. And I know they were rough; they were tough questions, but we do need to get to the bottom of this because it's publicly known. You know, it wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, it's okay. I appreciate you for having me, Andrea. I appreciate you all for coming up, Jack and Mimi, and hear her.
You're
And I
welcome,
will see
Val.
you all whenever.
Okay,
And
Val. Make sure you subscribe to my channel when you get off.
I thought I was subscribed.
Oh, okay. I hope so.
Yeah, I'll check and see. But have a good night.
You too. Make sure you do something that makes you happy tonight before you go to bed.
Okay, sweetie. Bye bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you for coming up, Jack. You were
uh,
you were summoned. Val was like, I need Jack to come up.
well, that's what got me up. Although you did try to get me up, but I was like, nah.
Wait, I couldn't get you up? Val could get you up, but I couldn't get you up?
Wait a minute. That doesn't
Okay.
sound. I
We're
just
just
caught on.
doing a little fact checking. You know what I'm
You're
saying? We
getting
gotta
good.
run
You're
things
getting
back
good.
sometimes to make sure we hear it right.
You've been hanging around with me too much. You're spitting people's juice. I love
Nah,
it.
you've been hanging around me too much. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh boy. So what's up next? What are you doing? What are you got up next?
I don't got nothing coming up next. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know we were gonna have such a good turnout. But I really want to see. I keep saying this, but I really want to see us choosing our battles, right? Like we don't have to choose to go do this back and forth shenanigan thing. It makes for good YouTube, but sometimes it's so childish, and it's just like my 16-year-old niece doesn't make these kinds of choices. So what are we really doing as older adults when we're supposed to be the models of appropriate behavior?
Right.
You know,
And when you have a
the
title,
voice. Hold on. The voice. You better subscribe. Okay, go ahead, Jack.
when you have a title and the title is of leadership, you shouldn't be acting this way at all. It doesn't mesh well, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's valid. I think that's why we can hold people of the cloth, more accountable because
Right.
we, if you're not going to be about it,
Exactly.
coming. Hope you subscribed. What did my niece say? Don't talk about it, be about it. You know what I'm saying? And she's 8 years old. You still there, Jack?
I'm here. I'm here.
But
I was,
I certainly hope that that Val and Q can settle what they got going on. And I really
I'm sure.
appreciate her coming up here. She was so calm. There was no yelling. And
Right.
this is
Right.
something that I talked about last night. Like sometimes we don't want to hear all that yelling. We want to have an honest discussion. That's how progress is made.
Yeah. And you know, Q is a level-headed guy. He's mild-mannered and yeah, he's easy to talk to. So I'm very sure once we give him some time to heal, he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's always going to be all right. Even when people so-called drag him to Kingdom Come, he's always fine. But the thing
Yeah.
is, this shit gets old, and it gets old fast.
Yeah. We can't keep washing, rinsing, and repeating this bullshit over.
No, we sure can't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What did Jennifer say? It's not just one thing, though. It's what people are saying. It's a combination of it all. You're right. Yeah.
So, what are we doing?
We waiting on receipts to process.
What receipts?
We're waiting for receipts to download.
Oh, okay.
No,
I
I'm just
get it.
kidding. We ain't doing nothing. I'm just going through these comments. But I'm about to end the stream. We've been on here for over 2 hours. I want to thank every single damn person. Thank you, Gordo. Thank you, Jack, Val, hear her, and Mimi Twin. The voice is coming up. The voice, you're gonna have to show your face.
This is gonna be interesting.
We when you come to the backstage over here, you gotta get on camera so I can see it's not a peen bomb. I can see something, but I want to make sure I can't see anything. See, that could be some trickery. So I just want to make sure it's not anything that's gonna Link me. I did. I said new sub. Can you show me your face or? Oh, hell no. See? See, that's exactly why we do the screen check. Thank you, everybody. You all have been spectacular. And I came on here, I was full of wine, Jack.
You was full of what? Wine?
Full of wine.
Oh my
Could you
God.
tell?
No. That probably mellowed you out.
You think I was mellow?
I think so, yeah.
I'm not drunk, but I definitely had some wine. I was feeling good. Thank you. Yeah, I hear her spoke facts, and I'm so thankful that she came up.
Right, yeah. I was wondering where the hell was she? I was looking around, looking up and down these YouTube streets. Nothing.
Mm-hmm. She's been doing her own thing, okay? Living her best life.
That's
Thank
good.
you, Cubs. Thank you so much for all the input. Thank you, Yvette, Abby, McClurg, everyone, Pamela. Thank you for everyone who gave, who asked questions and everything. This was a good conversation. No one is telling anyone what to do. Everyone said their piece, and hopefully everyone listened and will make their own decisions. That is the hope moving forward. 100%. Sub to this channel to help my cousin get in the algorithm. Some more amazing people like you can. Oh, thank you, Cubs. Can see this content. Yes. So the voice, when I brought the voice backstage, he had some really rapid tongue action that he or she was portraying. So I didn't know what that was about, so I didn't let him come up. But I'm glad I wasn't a flash of anything else. I have to say that. All right, you guys. I love you so much. Please, please practice abundance. Yes. You're not on phone listen. What was that fast tongue movement that you was doing? That was some foolishness. You got to come up here and have something to say. Huh? What'd you say, Jack?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
I think you got a new troll, Jack.
I know. I'm honored. I got content creators that I don't even know. I just jump into their chat and they're like, "Oh, you're Jack the Voice? I was talking about you the other night." I don't want you in my chat.
You popular on these streets. My pleasure, Christy. All right, y'all, I'm about to get out this live. I thank you and I love each and every one of y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Catch the replay if you came in halfway. Thank you to everyone who's going to be watching the replay. We are about to just say we out. Bye.
Good night.